Welcome to another week of Mobility WOD. What we're going to be doing today is working on our shoulders. Focus on what we're doing today is going to be on our traps, our romboids right here, and a little bit our pec minors. The problem with a lot of times what we have is we're sitting at a desk, driving in a car. A lot of times we have a tendency to roll forward, do some sort of side slouch, or if you're biking, you're putting a lot of stress on these traps and romboids back here. What happens then is you end up causing a lot of tension in those shoulders, which then causes your running form to be off. A lot of times people have issues. You'll think you have a headache, you'll have a tight tension in your head that you feel very uncomfortable like I have right now. What a lot of times you end up doing is, because you aren't driving incorrectly and because you're not getting that proper form of shooting those shoulders back and grabbing here, because the car usually, most people are leaning back, we're spending most of our times slouching. What we're going to work on is opening that up very briefly, quickly. What I want you to do is spend at least 1.5 to 2 minutes on each part. First, we're going to take a simple lacrosse ball. What I want to emphasize here is do not use a tennis ball. A tennis ball does not have enough tension to work into it. If you're going to use anything else, you can buy a trigger point ball, you can use a golf ball if you really like to, or softball. Tennis balls, again, smush too much, don't put enough tension like they should. So what we're going to do is, we're laying on your back, you're going to put it on in between your shoulder blades and your spine. Right here, which is where your romboids are, you're going to start near the top where your trap and romboids cross over. You're going to lay down on it. Make sure you will be feeling a little bit of tension. And this is the main thing. You're going to keep your arm locked. You're going to go across your body. And you're going to go up over your head. The focus here is keeping that arm close to your head. We don't want to see any of this. We don't want to see any bent elbow because that means you'll be disengaging that muscle. So what we're going to do is you're going to do 15 to 20 motions, doing this nice little Z pattern you have here, or greater than pattern. You're going to go up, over, make sure you're pushing, and back down. So after you do 15 to 20, you're going to move it a little lower. A lot of times, where the rhomboids usually are, this area is a little bit more tender. So what we're really going to focus on is breathing up, breathing out. Make sure you're getting nice, disengage of that muscle, nice and deep, and back down. Again, 15 to 20 on that side, then 15 to 20 on the other one. Next we're going to work on is our pec minor. A lot of times people think a lot of their issues in their shoulders are because their triceps are too tight, necks too tight. A lot of times your pec is just too strong that it pulls forward, in which case causes everything to roll, and you end up stretching these back muscles out more than you should be. So what we're going to do is, very simple, 2 minutes at a time, you're going to lay down with the ball right here on your pec minor. You want to make sure it's right in between your shoulder and where your clavicle finishes. So that nice little bone up your neck. Right in there, that tendon area, you should find it. What you're going to do is you're going to take that same arm, put it on your lower back, other arm out, and you're going to rest your head to the opposite side. I'll do it on the other side so I can talk. So with this motion here, you're just going to rock back and forth on the ball. What you really want to focus on is having that hand nice and relaxed in your lower back, and you're going to be rocking. A lot of times it is, you want to do it in your own space because people will think you're doing it. But the focus here is breaking up that tissue that ends up getting locked up over through the week of all that stress, biking, swimming. Most time you end up seeing a lot of swimmers with injuries like this. So you're going to do is rock back and forth about 2 minutes, making sure you're not only going up and down, but side to side, circles. You want to make sure you're really getting into that muscle, breathing nice and deep. 2 minutes of that. And that's all we got for this week. Make sure, again, hydrating fluidly, and make sure you're working on your posture. Have a great week.